The Department of Higher Education and Training may have received a considerable chunk of the budget. An extra 5 billion rand is set to be allocated to top up the 32 billion rand injection of funds already allocated for higher education student funding over the medium term. But the FeesMustfall activists at some universities aren't pleased at all, labelling it an insult.
A repeat of scenes like this, the tertiary sector can ill afford. Students downing textbooks for the picket line over financial exclusion. With severe budgetary constraints, the finance minister was on a tightrope.
In addition to the increase of 32 billion rands we made in the higher education allocations in last year's budget and the 2016 MTBPS, we have added a further 5 billion rands in the outer year of this MTEF. Government has provided funds to ensure that no student whose combined family income is below 600,000 rands per annum will face fare increases at universities and TVET colleges for 2017. All poor students who have applied and qualified for NSFAS awards and who have been accepted by a university or TVET college will be supported.
South Africa's largest student organisation says the budget does not speak to the majority's most pressing demands.
NSFAS is a debt trap for the poor. So really we've always said that we want that loan to be converted into a grant. They must get their book allowances, their meal allowances and residences and so forth and so on. And should these things not be met, we will take them up. We'll ensure that we go to the streets, institution by institution.
Student leadership at some universities have labelled it insulting and are now not ruling out a return to the streets.
If the minister had mentioned the fact that they were willing to use maybe that 5 billion to settle historical debt from last year and the years previous to this year, we would have, considered that as an engagement in good faith. If they had spoken about possibly paying for everyone's registration across universities, across colleges as well, we would consider that to be an act of good faith. But essentially, they haven't mentioned anything. They keep collecting money in the name of FeesMustfall, going to different organizations and NGOs in the name of FeesMustfall. Last year already, government collected about 7 million. We have no idea where that 7 million is. We have no idea how it's going to benefit students or where it has gone to. So we see essentially that the government is willing to use the name of FeesMustfall, but is not willing to engage with us in good faith. It's not willing to actively assist us in attaining free decolonized education.
The divide between government and students seems as wide as ever. While protests have already erupted at some universities in Tshwane and the Eastern Cape, while student leadership at Wits University say they will engage with students on what they term a disappointing budget allocation to higher education and training. Well, it certainly seems the stage is set for another round of FeesMustfall protests. But no one is saying when. Criselda Lewis, SABC News at Wits University.